reasons to ask throughout a campaign with the confidence rising. I told JC, Nate and Rich that good times are coming, no need for deep diving. Van Cam's reactions, watch along to the pride of London thriving. The Eagles of South stay flying, keep your eyes on us, we ain't hiding.
How are we doing, lovely people? Welcome back to a Palace-related video on Eagle-Eyed Football. It's been a minute, but unfortunately, you've got Dumb and Dumber on the show today because everybody else is busy. So me and Nick are here to talk about the new home kit and, of course, our third summer signing of the season, CHEICK Doucouré. So before we go into the home kit, Nicky, Palace Barney, Palace Millhouse, Palace Cletus, we've called you so many different names since you've been on the team. How are you, bro? You good?
I'm doing great, mate. I'm doing absolutely great. I'm a little bit hot under the collar. What with this massive heat wave headed London's way. So, but no, I'm all good. I'm all alive. I've got my fan on. Yeah, it's been a good day to be a Palace fan.
It has indeed, mate. It has indeed. But every day is a good day to be a Palace fan because let's be fair, we're in uncharted waters. 10 consecutive seasons in the Premier League. We've got a manager that shouldn't be managing our football club. Can I say it's just beautiful? But
it's good to be Palace.
It is indeed. We're going to quickly jump into some comments here. We've got Jordan JC's in the cut. What are you saying, JC? The new intro.
That new intro.
Yeah, big up to CM on the intro. He did us a massive favor on that. As remember, people, we said that there was a big change in Eagle-Eyed Football. We needed to get that intro in. So big up to CM. We've got Sonny here who's saying, moment of silence for those fans traveling to Singapore. Hey, listen, if you can travel halfway across the world to watch Palace, fair play to you. Me personally, it's one heat wave here. I ain't going over to another one over there. No way in hell. No, thank you. But to each their own. Nick, the new home shirt. Now, obviously, Macron wasn't everybody's first choice of kit supplier.
Mm-hmm.
My feelings on Macron were made clear when it was rumored that it was going to be Macron. I'll give them credit, though. It's different to what people expected. And to be fair, it's not as bad as the 16-17 abomination. So they clearly learned their lessons from the last time they were our kit supplier. What do you think about it?
It's something. I'd tell you that much. I mean, I was expecting stripes. I got squiggly lines. I saw a comment from a mutual friend of ours, and someone, and he went on to, and a famous Ashley went on to say that when a Crystal Palace going to put down the crayons. Do you know what? I like it with the addition of white on the collar and the sleeves, because I'm looking at it right now. I don't mind it. I think it looks all right. You know, it's different, which is the Palace way. We do things differently here in South London. So do you know what? I like it. I like it a lot better than the home kit, because I think the home kit with just the white base, red and blue in the middle, it looks like, is
that's
that
the
it?
away kit we're talking about.
Yeah, the home kit though, I like it. I'll be buying it. I'll be buying it straight away.
Okay,
Day one.
Well, we've got Essex Eagle, who says it's a copy from another team's away kit, and I personally don't like it. Listen, it's going to divide opinion. Most Palace kits divide opinion. Bear in mind, if we win in this kit, nobody's going to hate it. Because let's be real. If we win more games in this kit than we lose, people are going to like it more because it's going to be a kit that's so-called lucky. I wasn't personally big on, when was it? Was it the 17-18 kit, which was the last kit with Macron before we went to Puma? Wasn't overly thrilled by it, but it grew on me eventually. I think that was the kit that had the 5 boroughs of South London in the stripes embossed.
I like that one myself. that was the one with the good away kit as well.
Yeah, but you see what I'm saying? It wasn't a straight away hit with me. It was like it's okay. It was better than what was the season before, but so, kids like this, they have to grow on you first. You can't. Yeah. You're not going to like everything straight away. You don't have to like the kit, for Christ's sake. But people are still going to be spending money on it. But Jordan clearly isn't a fan of the home kit. He says the kit is,
you know what it does sort of give me Bayern Munich vibes. whenever Bayern Munich wear red and blue, it's got that same shade of blue that they use, and I was like, ugh. But do you know what? We've had like a streak of great kits. We've been the Undertaker at WrestleMania when it comes to kits. Everyone has loved our kits, right? Sooner or later, someone is going to do the Brock Lesnar. Someone's going to give us that third F5, pin us to the mat, 1, 2, 3, and it's just going to be like, oh well. But a kit is a kit.
Over, yeah.
Red and blue is always the colours that should be worn in the Premier League. They are the best. They are the best two colours in the Premier League. And you know what? CHEICK Doucouré is going to look good in it, man.
He will indeed. He will indeed. Big up to Solo. Sonny says white is much nicer than yellow. I'm not sure the collar and sleeves really suit the design, though. Again, people's perceptions are exactly why we're here. Listen, if people don't like it, they don't like it. That's totally fair enough. Essex Eagle says that he'll be saving £55 this season. That's the only deduction, to be fair. The price is a bit much, especially with inflation going on. I'm like, you couldn't cut it down a little bit? I mean, let's be fair. You know, £55 is a lot of money. And bear in mind, people will go and buy home shirt, away shirt, even third shirt, possibly. I'm not spending the best part of what is it, £165? No way in hell.
I wouldn't be surprised if we do hear Steve Parish do say they'll be bringing down the price. They'll be bringing down the price ahead of the start of the season just because of the rise of inflation and the rise of cost of living and everything. Football kits won't be on the, it won't be on the first buy list come August. It'll probably be a good Christmas present, but that's about it, to be honest, I think.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, look, it's going to divide opinion here regardless. I mean, for Christ's sake, it had polka dots on it, people wouldn't like it. People are fussy with this sort of thing. Let's not
Indeed they are.
JC says he's not a fan of both kits. Again, I wasn't overly thrilled with the away kit, but it wasn't as bad as I was fearing. It was a little bit.
Let's wait till the third kit.
It was a little bit different to the 15-16 kit, which obviously it templates off, but it was not like for like carbon copy and paste.
I have to look up the 15-16 kit now. Oh, that one. Ooh.
Yeah, that one, yeah. And Sonny says, so far I've figured out the younger generation seem to like it more than the older generation. That's just what it is, really. Some people like it, some people hate it. It is what it is. It's a couple of things. Says, hello to you. How you doing? Sonny says, I have heard the third shirt is black with a sash.
If it is.
They got to be careful with that because AVEC kind of got away with it when they gave us the evil sash kit in 13-14. That was probably the only saving part of that bloody season was that kit because I hated the home shirt in that kit. I hated that shirt. Blackburn Rovers FC, mate. Nah. The JC says, Sonny, let's the home sash isn't scribbled on.
Oh,
yeah, well, I mean,
Oh, just clocked. That could be a possibility, that is. Oh, boy.
Well, I like it. I'm not overly thrilled by the design, but it's different. They're trying to do something a little bit more inventive and creative. Look, if we win 4 out of the first 6 games in it, people will be going mad about it. Oh, I love this kit. Da, 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 da. So because it's launched and it takes time to get used to kits like this. You know that people's opinions will change, and most people will be like, "Oh, that one kit wasn't so bad, but you said you hated it." No, I never said that. I never said that. Yeah, mate.
So here it is now. Here it is now. So we'll both do this out of 10. We'll do both home and away. What are you saying? The home kit first. Out of 10.
Home kit. I think if I go over 6, I'll be very generous. It's not bad. It's not great. 6 out of 10 home kit. We've had better, and we've certainly had worse. 16, 17, and 13, 14, I'm looking at you.
Yeah, for me, I'm slightly more positive. 7, maybe even 7.5. New sponsor, new kit manufacturer logo. I'm liking Cinch's involvement in the kit. Yeah. 7.5.
That's another point I wanted to bring up, actually. No more betting sponsors. Finally. I grew sick of us having betting companies on our shirt. It was so annoying.
So yeah, that does lead into this was a story that was broken by Sky Sports News a couple of days ago, last week, in that the FA and the Premier League are seeking all 20 Premier League clubs' signature to now ban all betting companies from being involved in any kind of sponsorship to do with football. And it is pretty. There's a lot of talk on social media of there is the yes camp and then there is the no camp.
Mm-hmm.
I'm neither here nor there with it.
You're stirring the pot, mate. Come on. Last season it wasn't that bad.
I'm kind of liking how my placement is right now in terms of us three. I'm right below the cinch logo. I'm wearing the new kit, guys. I'm wearing the new kit already. Here I am. But yeah, I would certainly say that it's a conversation that needs to be had because other sports have taken betting companies out, have been taking other companies out. Say like my mind instantly goes back to the harking of when Formula One, for instance, took out all the smoking companies. You don't see drinks, sponsors, alcohol on sponsorships anymore, that kind of thing. It's a conversation that needs to be had, but I don't think we really need to go into it as fans. I think it's more of a club decision. It's revenue. It's a massive, massive revenue stream that we've seen because we've had betting companies for how long now? We've had betting companies nearly every other season. It's changed.
15, 16.
Yeah. So
it was It was GAC in the first season in the Prem. It was Netteller, not Nutella, but Netteller in the 14-15 season. Then it was Mansion, ManBet X, and
12Bet.
Was it 12Bet? No, it wasn't 12Bet.
Was it not 12Bet?
W88. That's the one.
W88. Yeah. And now we've moved on, obviously, to a new company.
Yeah, just quickly, England Lionesses have taken the lead in their game, so well done to the England Lionesses. Hopefully they win that game. Brush is here saying, what about the Wan-Bissaka camp? Listen, I want to see Teo Adaramola in this kit. Wan-Bissaka's come and gone, mate. He's your problem. You paid 50 million. Dougie Freeman took that credit card and swagged it quick. You move. But Brush is a fan of the kit. Maybe he's trolling, I don't know, but he says it looks sick.
That looks better than Man United's.
JC, good to have you, mate. How have you been?
Yeah, man. I was just writing up the script of done deals, but the script is done. Just need to record it, but I'll record it after this. So
yeah, I've got a video to send to you. Actually, I've done it. I just forgot to send it, but I'll do it once the stream is over.
It's a busy day for us here at Eagle Eyed Football.
Oh, mate, the work never stops. The work never stops, Nicky. The work never stops. But CHEICK Doucouré, he's finally a Palace player. The Palace Twitter feed can finally quieten down for all of 15 minutes. Then it's going to be sign another player, sign another player. Some of these people are moving like crackheads, mate. It's crazy. I had to mute Doucouré off my Twitter feed just to keep my sanity because all I was seeing was Doucouré. I'm like, my God in heaven, this is bad. But Nicky, I'll come to you first. Doucouré, you got to be happy with that being the Kouyaté replacement because that's what he's been brought in to do is replace CHEICK Kouyaté.
Well, you were replacing one midfield unit for another unit. It's great signing. It's a 5-year deal. He's young, which means a lot of the Conor Gallagher camp can somewhat simmer now. We've gotten another, hopefully reliable midfielder in the engine room that we desperately need. I am actually one of the people who wants a couple more signings. Not right now. Let's enjoy the wave of this. I'm over the moon with Doucouré. He looks good in the kit. He looks happy. Yeah. I can't wait to see him.
Yeah, Sam Hughes said the white neck part and the sleeves look too big. I think it should be more discreet. It looks massive. Again, people's opinions are going to be different to everybody else. David King says, now I know why they call us Nigels.
Hooray! The stripy Nigels are back, lads. Let's go.
JC, you must be thankful that the Doucouré saga is over. You can actually have a done deal video rather than, is he signing today? Is he signing tomorrow?
I'm just happy that I can take that off my list of saying there are no more. There's no progression in this signing. I can say the signing is done. I don't have to speak about this guy again this whole summer, hopefully. But I'm happy, man. I think it's probably the best thing that we could have done in this window. I think my only concern with him is that he's not got the same body structure as Kouyaté, in the sense of Kouyaté is massive and Doucouré isn't. I think that Doucouré is still probably as strong, if not stronger, on the ball, but we struggled with set pieces last year, and with a guy that's not as big as Kouyaté, and looks like we're struggling against set. I know you can't take nothing out of pre-season, but we conceded 3 set piece goals against Millwall, and Doucouré is not the tallest guy in the world, so I think that probably leaves us room to probably get another tall guy in, hopefully.
Mm-hmm. Well, we got Wayne Gunn who says, "Hi guys, hope you're all having a good evening." Yeah, mate, we're all good. Hope you're well. And the Lionesses are now 2 up, thanks to the chairman. Big up to the chairman. 22 million pounds, or was it 18 million, something like that?
22 plus 5 add-ons.
22 plus 5 add-ons. Okay.
And a 15% sell-on clause.
Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, obviously, he was looked at by the likes of Sevilla, Mönchengladbach, 2 clubs that compete regularly in Europe. So we're clearly looking at a ballpark that we previously would never look at. Obviously, how having Patrick Vieira helps, because let's be fair, the Vieira pull is mad. You guys probably would have seen the message I put in the group chat about the age profile of players we brought in over the last 2 to 3 years. I mean, it's mad to think that Eze is still only 24. You're thinking, what? My God. But, Sam Hughes here says, "Love the content, guys. Keep it up, mate. We appreciate all the support. We're moving closer to that 1,000 mark, and the chip has been ordered." I know that this is the watch along right now, but he's the eye emojis came out in the GC earlier on this week, so I was kind of thinking, oh boy. But let's touch on the pre-season friendly, because me personally, I just found it hilarious that it finished 5-4. I wasn't even remotely annoyed. It was just like, play must have been a hell of a game. People were losing their minds on Twitter, though. It's like, it's a pre-season game. If it's a cup game, I'd understand the anger. It's pre-season. Who cares?
Yeah. I see both points to that. Obviously, we've just all the players have just returned recently from their breaks and everything. There's bound to be some. There's bound to be some, kind of lack of drive there. Vieira was certainly animated in terms of what he was doing on the touchline during the game. 5-4, it's Millwall, so I was happy with the fact that we just beat them. But no, we had great showings from Plange, from Adaramola, from O'Brien. Let's put all the praise on him because he certainly deserves it. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, pretty much anyone and everyone who played in that game, there was ups and there was downs. It's just good that we could get off to a good start, because at least now we know, okay, this is where we did good, this is where we did bad. We certainly can score goals.
But we're pretty shit defending them as well.
Exactly.
We always have been, really.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, some of the goals we let in last season were criminal. But David King says, "Is there any truth in the Zaha rumours?" We've been here years and years and years and years, really. So, look, if it happens, good time to sell him. We can recover without Zaha. So I'm not really phased. If he goes, he goes. If he stays, he stays. It is what it is. I'd rather sell Zaha and keep Elise personally. But obviously, that's just my hot take. Well, how do you guys feel about these Zaha rumours to Roma?
I think him and Mourinho would be a force to be reckoned with, but I think, bear in mind, Zaha's just had another child, and I think that his current child is pretty settled in school. I doubt he'd want to move to another country. But
yeah, I completely agree on that.
Yeah, he's still got a year left on his deal. I think that Parish and Vieira and Doogie are probably working around the clock to try and come to an agreement to put him on a new deal again. Because I don't really see a reason why he wouldn't sign it at this moment in time.
Yeah, I completely agree with you there, JC, because we've seen in the past, before, when Zaha was properly linked with Arsenal, with all these clubs, right, it was because he was looking for European football. But then I think he kind of got his reality check. He kind of got, okay, but are you honestly going to be like called up for a European run? In the teams that he was linked with at that time, maybe. But now, no, I don't. Honestly, his only chance at European football would be abroad, if that were to happen. But the guy's getting on a bit. I think Vieira has probably sold him on his plan. Obviously, having Klein there, having the academy there, which he's heavily involved in, having his own academy here in the UK, which he's heavily involved in, obviously. I think we've seen the end of that saga. Obviously, there's always going to be rumblings. There's always going to be rumours. But unless it comes from Wilf's camp himself, unless we see, him change agents again and again and again, I don't think it's going to happen. I think Vieira would, as I said, would have sold him on the plan. I think the plan, obviously, is to look maybe in the future, in a couple, maybe this season, who knows, or even next season. Let's see if we can go for like a trophy that gets us into Europe, which Wilf would, I think, be better off with, because that's trophy 1 and that's a European run 2. So to have him with us still, I think would be an advantage rather than him leaving and us cashing in, because what is his current value? It's going down. So keep him as long as we can. I don't believe any rumblings. I don't believe any rumours anymore, because it's just boring.
I think it's very trend-based as well, isn't it? And the fact that I think Zaha's probably realised that he's 29 now?
Yeah, he's 29. He's 30 in November.
Yeah, I think that you could see that he's that the trend of the market is you get the better move the younger you are right now. And he's really looking at it thinking, I'm a bit too old for this trend. I'm not going for big money. I don't think the actual teams that want European football, they're not looking at someone that's 29, 30 years old right now. They're looking at the guy that's coming up. So if anything, I think Zaha's best option is probably to sign that new deal with us.
Yeah, for sure. David King, though, says wingers seem to be what everyone is after. I still don't get why bigger clubs than Roma aren't after Zaha. Roma are a big club. Admittedly, they're not big on the AC Milan, Juventus, Inter Milan scale, but they're a pretty big club in Italy. But I get what you're saying, David. But let's be real.
Conference League champions as well.
Do you know what I mean?
That's guaranteed
European trophy. Yeah, no, it's Europa League football for sure.
Yeah, it is Europa League football. I just forgot where they finished in Serie A this season. So I think it is.
I think they were fairly down the pecking order. They weren't in the European places.
So yeah, Europa League for them next season.
Yeah, Louis, though, big up to you, Louis. Thanks for tuning in. Says thoughts on the Gibbs White links. I mean,
fuck off.
I think it's finished.
Sorry for swearing.
Personally.
No, it's cool. I mean, look. Flynn Downs didn't know anything about him, so I wasn't too beat up on that. Joe Aribo could have gone either way. We've chosen not to go in, which it was annoying because I'm thinking for $6 million, that's a steal. But Doucouré was our main target. We can't really be having too many defensive players in the team because Luca is still here. Fulham are sniffing around, but I don't see them parting with money for him. It'd be great if they could, because I think it'd be the best thing for him is to start fresh where there's no pressure on him to be the Luca of old, because he's just not going to be that player anymore, much as it's disappointing to see that. But obviously, the fan base now think he's crap, he's rubbish. It's like, you do realise he's not as bad as some players that have come before him. He's looking at you, Jordan Munch.
I think we can write him off. I think we can write off his last season. We can write that off because that was a hard season for him.
Personal circumstances, of course. Yeah.
On Morgan Gibbs White, Everton seem to be the number one club going in for him. They just had a bid for him turned down. I think it was earlier today.
Yeah,
We don't need
25
him.
mil. The Wolves are
We
looking
don't
at 40
need
mil. I said, no, I'm not paying 40 mil. I don't want us paying 40 mil for Gibbs White. That's crazy money.
Show me where we need him. We don't. We have Eze.
I was about to say, people are saying, "Oh, Gibbs White would be our Gallagher replacement." No. A fully fit Eze with a full pre-season is the Gallagher replacement. That's why Gallagher was brought in. He covered for Eze once Eze was coming back off that horrible injury. But we've got James, the Mateta Army, saying, "I don't rate Aribo. I personally don't get the hype." Well, he is ex-Charlton, so maybe that's a bit of ex-bias towards the clowns coming out there. But look, I think Aribo is a good player. Would he really fit our team? Buying from Scotland is a bit of a up and down kind of market. Joe Ledley was great for us. Edward, jury's still out.
An interesting thing. Why is it whenever Southampton and Palace always seem to be linked with one player, they go to Southampton and they end up looking at you, Adam Armstrong.
I mean, in fairness, Neil
Just
Warnock
looking at you, Virgil van Dijk.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
Clip it.
Yeah.
Clip.
But I think personally, I've probably got a hot take on it, and this is probably a little inside to this week's Transfer Weekly. I've got a feeling that a madness is going to happen. I think that Kouyaté is going to have a look around and he's going to realise that no other Premier League team is going to want to sign a 32-year-old. I think he'll come back and we can get him on a new deal. I think we can sell Luca because he's still got a year left on his deal. Fulham are looking, so we can maybe move him to Fulham and maybe try and get Seri come the other way.
I didn't actually think about that.
Because I think Seri would fit in very well to be the Gallagher replacement, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it definitely does.
It's a shout.
Yeah,
It's a shout, JC.
that's certainly a good shout. I didn't think about that.
We've got a comment from Louis. He says, in all fairness, we need a centre mid, and I do not want Gibbs White for 30 million plus. Anything above 25, and you're literally taking the proverbial. I understand from Wolves' position, they don't want to sell him. They don't really have much signings to make because I don't think they've made any signings yet, as far as I'm aware. But asking for 40 million for Gibbs White, mate, what? What?
My own hot take is that, okay, when are we going to sign someone for the defence? Because I'm worried. I'm so worried.
I think we missed out on Omar Richards, 100%.
Yeah. Nottingham Forest, fair play to them because they've been signing players that are really, really promising, left, right, and centre this summer. But taking out Teo and O'Brien for just a second, our defence is bare bones. I might be wrong, but have we not just if we just move Teo back into the youth squad just for a second, have we only got 3 named fullbacks in that Joel, Klein, and Mitchell?
Well, technically, we've got Nathan Ferguson, Mitchell, Klein, and Ward.
And technically Schlupp, but he's a midfielder now, so...
Yeah.
Well, Schlupp was brought in initially as a left-back, but we realised he was better on the wing. And obviously, Schlupp at left-back would scare the living bejesus out of me.
Yeah. But moving Teo back in, the left-hand side is secure and safe. The right-hand side, we have seen it time and time again across the last season. The right flank on our defence is vulnerable. That is the hole. Now, this is not me having a go at Joel Ward and Nathaniel Klein. I think they're both great. They've been great servants of the club. But at the same time, it's time. The clock is ticked. This is...
Nicky, I hear what you're saying, but then who do we sign then? Because again, if you people are always saying sign Max Aarons, right? Because there's talk of him about a year or two ago when he was in the Championship with Norwich. We were briefly. But then
Norwich won,
Norwich wanted crazy money. Then there was a link to a player from Montpellier. I think his name was Junior Sambia. people were saying, "Oh, let's bring him in because Vieira knows French football." Da, 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 da. It's like, but buying from the French league is a bit of a squiffy one because remember, for every Johan Cabaye, there's a Remy Cabella. For every Sheikh Doucouré, there's Florian Thauvin. And I'm not trying to use Newcastle as an example here, but remember, Newcastle bought well from the French league and bought crap from the French league. So be careful what you sign in the French league. And personally, if you do re-sign Kouyaté, I would prefer to see him as a backup centre-back with him and Tompkins. That was a fairly solid partnership they had when Kouyaté would fill in for Sakho, who was literally a walk-in ambulance. That guy was just always injured. But we do need a younger right-back. You're dead right, Nicky. But who? Because Max Aarons is going to cost crazy money because of the English tax.
True. But then if we look... Dougie surely has a list 10 pages long, and for me personally, in Dougie I trust. I know, especially with his role as director of football, and with Paddy Vieira there as well. I trust that they obviously know the team better than any one of us. At the same time, while I love the influx of academy players like Teo coming in, like Oliver O'Brien coming in, it's great. 3-0 up now. We are running roughshod over Norway. Let's go. Goodbye, Northern Ireland. Maybe this is just me speaking as a Borussia Dortmund fan. I'd love it if we could take Felix Passlack off of Dortmund. We could take it's a scary thought because it would cost us, but Rafael Guerrero as well. Who knows? I would just worry about that right hand side. Wan-Bissaka obviously isn't happening. I don't think it was ever going to happen, to be honest. We just need someone there. You're right, Nathan. Having Kouyaté there with Tompkins as a backup centre back would fill that hole as well. It's just glaringly difficult to ignore this massive hole that we had last season.
Yeah, but remember, we didn't know what we were getting into last season by signing Elise, by signing Anderson, signing Gerhi, all these players that, let's be fair, none of us watched. I don't watch French football, so I can't sit here and give you a profile on Sheikh Doucouré. That's why Borussia in London, big up to him, gave us an opposition fan view on Sheikh Doucouré from watching him play against Paris Saint-Germain. I couldn't have told you how good Joachim Andersen was at Fulham. I don't watch Fulham week in, week out, obviously. Do you know what I mean? So I get what James is saying when he said that, Max Aarons hasn't progressed and nobody knows Sambia. But Alex Scott, I don't know the first thing about him or Bristol City because I don't watch the Championship. Haven't done since we were in it. I've kept my eye on it in case one of our neighbours is in the relegation scrap or whatever. But I've got no interest in watching Championship football. But obviously, there's been links with Lewis O'Brien at Huddersfield, another centre mid. Maybe Alex Scott would be a good shout. But it depends on what you want to go for. I mean, everybody's been waxing lyrical that Tottenham need to sign Jed Spence. I think Middlesbrough should stick to their guns and just price them out of the market. And then, you know what I mean? Because he could be a very valuable tool for Middlesbrough. But if we can find a player of that mould, even in the Championship or League One, I'm all for it. And Ronnie Edwards, I don't know, signing from League One is risky. It's one thing to sign from the Championship, but League One, yeah. Remy Matthews. We now have 4 goalkeepers on the books. What is going on? It's crazy.
Well, I think when it comes to the right back, I think Klein is more than capable of doing another season. I wouldn't be upset if we just find a better backup to him, just as we know from previous experiences with him that he's very unreliable, that he'll last a whole season. I think England have just gone 4-0 up as well. But
I'll check that.
But yeah, I think that Klein's good enough and you need a backup to him. I wouldn't be upset if you got someone maybe like Yedlin from Newcastle, because it wouldn't surprise me if they're trying to push him out. And then also a backup to Mitchell as well, because it looks like Teo's going MK Dons with Raksaki. So that leaves us with one left back again. So I think both fullbacks probably need to be addressed. I think, if anything, the left back needs to be addressed before the right back. Because technically you still have Ward and Line. That's two, but Mitchell is just one-man band. Because by the end of the season last year, he played every game, and even when it was an international break, he got picked for England as well, so he didn't have a break. So you definitely saw his performance peter off, and he needed that break at the end of the season. But I think a backup left back is probably our main priority right now.
Sure. I mean, I wouldn't complain if Mitchell, anyone who has chosen Mitchell in their fantasy football team would not be complaining if Mitchell played every single game. Let's just say that. A bit more on the Final Fantasy coming up in a minute. Speaking of Doucouré, I want to bring it back. So I've got his stats up here. For anyone who's interested. So he has been at Lens since 2018. He's been involved in their setup for a good number of years now. So obviously he's made in total for Lens and Lens's second team. He's made 89 appearances in total, 84 for their senior team, which he was there since 2018. So obviously just up to today, 84 appearances for them with 5 goals. Last season, 34 appearances with 1 goal in... No, I'm wrong. Yeah, no, I'm right. 1 goal last season for him. All in all, he looks to be not so much a goal-scoring central midfielder. So, what are we expecting from CHEICK Doucouré in the upcoming season, lads?
Composure on the ball from deep. That's what I see. I see him doing exactly what Kouyaté did, but having the technical ability to back it up as well, because he is more than capable of doing what Anderson does, where he picks up the ball from the goalkeeper and can ping it out wide. I've got the stats up here as well. 2 interceptions per 90 on average, 2.2 tackles per 90 on average, and he's dribbled past less than once per game. And bear in mind, you've got some very tricky players in that French league right now, and in that midfield, he only played with Seko Fofana, and he didn't do much defending whatsoever. So he ran that defence in the midfield all on his own. I think what we can expect from him is a midfield powerhouse in the sense of, I wouldn't say like a Kante, but something very similar, where he's composed on the ball and he can dribble past a player. Like, he can do a couple smooth touches and get past a man and be in free space, and he has the right sense of mind to pick out the right pass and not panic. I think that's it. They're not panicking. Damn.
It's 5-0 to the Lionesses. My God in heaven, it's a massacre.
And that does now equal a Euros record.
Yeah, I think the not panicking on the ball is the main thing. The composure is going to work wonders for us, I believe, especially in our new passing system.
Yeah, 5-0 up after 38 minutes. Lord in heaven, that's.
I've got Rich's watch along in the side, and they've just stopped celebrating. There's too many goals.
It's like that Brazil-Germany game. After it was 5, you were like, yeah, it's kind of peak now. There's no point in celebrating any goal now. Then it got to 7. You were like, mate, who's playing FIFA on beginner? What's going on?
I'm hoping my phone doesn't fall over here. Sorry. There we go.
Don't worry about it.
And it is falling over. Technical issues. We love
I still think of Alden Lafont. Mate, you're playing too much FIFA.
Too expensive, man. Way too expensive.
Indeed. I definitely agree on that one.
Same thing with Fofana. He's been linked with some big teams. So his price is looking around £45 million. So that's well out of our price range.
Sure.
But who's to say it isn't, though? I wouldn't be surprised. This is the Palace way. We do something all the time that is completely unexpected. I wouldn't be surprised. It probably won't happen. 90% sure it won't happen. That we make just a stupid big money signing.
Well,
We've
put
seen it happen
way.
before, and it's not been great. But come on, it's the Palace way.
JC, do me a favor. Drop the link in the chat. If anybody wants to call in, we're going to drop the link in now. Give you guys a chance to have a chat with us, because I think it's time we open the lines up.
Well, put it this way: 45 million, you could get a much better player, and if anything, not a much better player. You can get 2 players. We can get both fullbacks for that kind of money. Oh
True,
gosh,
true.
I think it's 6.
No ways, it's
My
6.
God in heaven, it is 6-0.
I think that breaks the record. That now, because 5 equaled France's record, it is now 6. White has just scored. Yeah, because 5 was France's record yesterday. They set that record yesterday. Now we're setting a record as the hosts. Big up the Lionesses. Absolutely amazing effort showed by them. And that's Northern Ireland out, by the way. Whoops. Oh well.
You know what, hey Nicky, we're kind of happy about that still. I like to see Northern Ireland knocked out of a tournament, but
one thing I do want to just quickly address is that I just have to scroll over here. Let's have a look. See the Wilfred Wanderers. I'm liking that team then there for you, Nathan. So I'm logging on to the fantasy football team which I've set up this season. To the inaugural, I'm calling it. Let me get my announcing voices on. The inaugural Eagle Eye Football Fantasy League, where there is a trophy on the line, guys. There is a trophy on the line. I will be unveiling it later on this season. Anyone and everyone is welcome into this league. It is all for fun. It's all for a laugh. We've had some good names so far. We've had Kinder Buenia, which is pretty decent. It's not Palace related, but hey. We've had our very own Louis Tidy. He put in his team name, which is Some Tidy Plays. I like it. But then, I have to ask JC, Mr. Boom Boom Boom, is that a Mateta reference?
It's gotta be.
Oh dear, Sean's going to be liking that one. Wherever he is in Jamaica, he's going to be liking that. But yeah, guys.
I actually no. You know what I should do? I should put a link to a Jordan Much compilation. That's for sure.
You know what you could have called it? Big up Luther Vandross. You should have called it Never Too Much.
Never too. Oh, I should have gone with that one. I've refreshed my own name from last season, which was Easy Like Ivan Toney. No, Rich, that's not a reference. Okay, I'm not referencing you. Please don't sin bin me, please. Anyway, you fucking knew it. I knew you would. Anyway, guys, the teams, you can pick your teams now. Obviously, keep an eye out because all of these players, we've still got a long way to go in this transfer window. So don't rush into making your fantasy teams yet.
Well, the chairman's from Norfolk and Chance.
I like it. I like it.
I like it. If you say it quickly, it's pretty funny.
It is. I've just run it through my head.
There we go.
Yep. But yeah, guys, everyone is welcome into that.
What's that? Sorry.
He needs to stop stealing my jokes.
I do want to say, because I can't actually see.
Nicky, there might be a bit of beef in the chat, G family. Maybe we should jump into the back for a second.
I do want to ask you two, because I can't see anybody else's team at the moment. What are your teams looking like? Who are your massive signings? Who are you looking at in terms of the fantasy league? And who's your dark horse? Who you hoping on? Nate, we'll start with you.
Boy, I've tried to go with as little Palace players as possible, obviously, because I don't want to be too top heavy. But more importantly, I wanted to make sure that I had a healthy mix of decent players great players and undercard players that could go well for me, could go crap for me. I said, listen, these are just my hope for the best players, and we'll take it from there. So to be truthful, is what it is. I'm just in it for the banter. If I lose, I lose. It is what it is. I'm just all about the
Wait.
forfeit league because I want to make sure that somebody gets put in a spliff and it ain't me.
Well, I'm not. If you win, I'm not sending the trophy to you. I'm not. You think I'm paying package and posting just to Ireland? Nah, mate. Nah.
1 second. You pay for something? Jesus Christ, that'll be the day.
JC, let's go bring it over to you. Your fantasy team, Mr. Boom Boom Boom. What's it looking like? Is Mateta in that team?
Nikki, do us a favour. James wants to know what the league code is.
The league code. I shall. Let me find it first, and I'll be able to tell you. In the meantime, JC, what's your team looking like, man?
I've gone with the strat of try and get all the best players from last year in, and then fill in the blanks with the best players, which are cheap. So, yeah, I think if we're looking at Dark Horse, I'm looking at Konate. Is probably my one, as I think he's probably deserving of a first team spot at that centre back position in the league now.
Okay.
He was good for Liverpool, to be fair, last season.
Yeah.
He was one of their best players. So
yeah, and I've probably gone with a hot take. I have not got Salah.
Oh, looking forward to seeing that. I'm looking forward to seeing that. To answer the question of what is the league code, here it is. Do forgive me. We'll pop it in the chat as well. So it is IEY 6G4. So it will magically appear on your screens. The mag internet and JC's keyboard. So my team is somewhat. I've gone for winning my own trophy here. I've put in 3 Palace players straight away. I've gone with Guehi, I've gone with Mitchell, I've gone with Zaha. Zaha is my vice captain, and I could not have this man in my team since he moved from Dortmund to City. Erling Haaland is up front and is my captain. Can't not put him in. I can't. It was there. I had to do it.
It's guaranteed goals, bro. You'd be mad not to have him.
Also, I've sort of now realised it is Neil. It is the Premier League site. That is where you can find it at fantasypremierleague.com. You can join up there. I've sort of gone with Gabriel Jesus as well, which I've just realised. We've got Arsenal first game of the season. How about taking an L already? But I've also got for.
I don't know about that. Our record against them at home is fairly favourable, Nick. Let's
True,
not let ourselves off just yet.
I've gone with Son as well.
I've gone with 0 Palace players as well, because I know if I put any Palace players in, we're going to start performing badly. But I would probably go out on a whim and say I've probably got I'm in a 4-4-2, and I've probably got the best strikers I can get in Haaland and Kane up front.
Oof.
Haaland and Mateta and Jesus. That's a front 3 I never thought I'd see. Oh, hell.
Oof. Half time and 6-0. Crikey.
Blimey. Well, people, I think that covers everything, unless the lads want to have another chat about something.
So
anything else on the agenda?
I will quickly go through this, which was tweeted earlier from Palace, that this is the tour.
Oh, yes.
Squad.
Brilliant.
And if you guys watched, I put the link in the Discord if you want to go and check that out, of Vieira's interview, and he said that some players were not allowed to go, which was very strange wording to me, which to me says either not vaccinated or they can't get the visa to go into the country. And that has got some serious players in there, such as Mark Guay, with Zaha, Eberechi Eze, CHEICK, Christian Benteke,
Elise.
some of our exactly. Most of our best players, are they not jabbed? Is that something that we need to think about? But
No,
I pray for the
don't think
people that
it
spent
is.
all that money to go out there, man. You're not even going to see most of our best players playing.
No, but JC, to be fair, you'll also get to see some of the youngsters coming through as well. People have been saying they want to see Akin Wale and Jaden Raymond and a few of these other lads. They're going to be playing now. Obviously,
it's a big opportunity for them, 100%.
That's what I'm saying. Look, don't get me wrong. I'm not remotely saying that Jaden Raymond's going to take us by storm, but if you watch that thing he did with For the Dove, which I was so happy to watch.
That
you
whole
can clearly
series is brilliant, by the way.
Yeah, do check it out on YouTube. We'll be sure to leave a link to it in the comments if possible. Just hearing how much the young players idolize the academy players like Mitchell and Klein and Zaha, it shows you, even though Klein and Zaha particularly are from a different era of the club's academy, the link is so strong that you're just thinking, oh my God, that is crazy. Because like, you look at that wall of players that is on that wall, you're just thinking, my God, what we'd give to have these players in their prime playing now. Brian McInnough. Who else was there? Brian Routledge. Even Clinton Morrison in his prime. Do you know what I mean? Some of the football we could play with some of these players. Obviously, Clinton Morrison isn't going to be as nearly as technical as some of our players, but the joyful about it thing is that if these young players have a great spell, we can go, do you know what? This kid's one to watch. So is Jaden Raymond. Like Akin Wale has been tearing it up for the 18s. Jaden Raymond is not far off the 23s. People have been waxing lyrical about the Omalabus and that. This is their chance to step up. And obviously, Eze and the others will be playing in the QPR friendly and the Montpellier friendly. So it's going to be good to have two different squads playing because we can see, okay, if we need to blood a youngster through, we know what we can expect from Jaden Raymond. Obviously, you can't look at pre-season and assume that a player is going to be amazing. Because look at Brandon Pierrick. He came on against Norwich for about 15, 20 minutes, had 5 touches, the whole fan base went mad. Never saw him again. He just disappeared like that. So I see what you're saying, JC. It's a bit concerning not seeing key players coming to Australia and Singapore, but also it's good to see younger players coming through because that's what we've wanted to see is our younger players get minutes in the first team.
Yeah.
That's so my opinion of when I saw the team that came out, I was immediately thinking, okay, they've done this on purpose. I think in terms of like obviously maybe vaccinations aren't done and everything and all that kind of stuff, but then we're taking these youngsters out there for a reason, and I would actually much prefer that. Keep the major first team players back. Let them train at Copas. Let them, perform in their own kind of way in training back here and home, and blood the youth. I'm all for it, and I'm really excited to watch these preseason games because I don't want us going into a preseason match against Manchester United and against Liverpool, and one of their idiotic team goes in for a crunching tackle, one of our players, bop, that's a player out for 3 months. Fun. I don't want that. I want us to have a bit of fun with the youth, see what they can do, and maybe put some heat under the collars of some of these first team players. Maybe their positions might not be so guaranteed come August. You never know. Maybe even some of these in the domestic competitions as well. We could see more of these names. So I'm all for this. I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do.
Any players in particular you're looking forward to seeing, Nick?
Akin Wale, for sure. Rooney, for sure.
Rodney, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Jake O'Brien and Adara Mola, who obviously, and Jez Raksaki, who had great games in Millwall, against Millwall, rather. Killian Phillips being, an Irishman. I'm looking forward to seeing that. Rob Street, definitely. I'm a little bit disappointed to not see Eboe on there. But
he is on there.
He is on there. My apologies. I'm looking at the forwards list. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. It's an opportunity for them and I hope they take it with both hands and really make these first team players who are still here sweat. And he disappeared. Oh, there he is.
No, I had to clear something off my phone. So yeah, I think that pretty much covers everything. JC, you want to give any final thoughts?
No, not really. Just check out last week's Transfer Weekly. Transfer Weekly coming out every Friday. Done deals should be out tomorrow. And just keep viewing the channel, guys. Many things are happening. We're all working on different projects and on the road to 1K.
Yes, we are.
Anderson, Klein, JP, and Eddie, the only outfield first teamers going. That's good though, because we've been saying for ages we want to see the youth. We want to see the youth. Now it's their chance to show us. Because I think when was it the Asia Trophy we played in, and Wan-Bissaka played when it was that Dutch helmet, Frank de Boer. He gave Wan-Bissaka a run, and people were raving about Wan-Bissaka before he came back into the team because we were there for his debut against Spurs. Nicky, do you remember?
Yes, I do remember.
Yeah, it was that pre-season. We were like, oh my god, this kid's amazing. You never know.
I like the fact that Anderson and Klein are going out there because that shows leadership at the back, shows experience at the back. They know what to expect. I would certainly expect we will be seeing Anderson with the captain's armband in a lot of these games.
Klein and Anderson, yeah.
JP and Eddie up front, I think they need it. I think they need, after watching the Millwall game, I think they need a kick up the arse. They need it, especially going into this season. It's now, okay, you've had your season now. Kick on now.
Well, we need an Edouard to start firing on all cylinders because he got away with it last season because his debut, people were really excited about his debut, but after that it was like, come on, mate, we've paid a bit of money for you. You're not a £2 million striker. We can afford to not be scoring goals. Like, you were a money signing. We put money behind bringing you to the football club.
Mm-hmm.
Even though the song for him that Celtic came up with is pretty lit, you're just like, well, I don't think we're going to sing it though. That's the annoying thing. But it's going to be an exciting couple of games. I mean, obviously we play Liverpool, then Man United, and then Leeds. And then we play QPR and Montpellier. That's someone else, isn't it? No, QPR and Montpellier. And then it's Arsenal in the league. But James,
is there going to be any chance of watch-alongs happening for these pre-season matches? Maybe
the time they're kicking off at, I'm working during the Liverpool game. It's on here like 11:35 in the morning, UK and Ireland time. So I'm at work when that game's going on, so I won't be able to do it.
I've not got my schedules for work, but if I can, put me down. If not, I will certainly keep everyone in check on that one.
I'm talking about QPR and Montpellier, not the Singapore one.
Oh, I'm hoping to go to those games. So,
well, then we might expect a nice little match day vlog then.
Yes, we might. We very well could. For me, it'd be my first ever one. No pressure there, Nicholas.
Well, yeah.
I think the first official watch along might be the Liverpool game. Because I won't be able to do one for the Arsenal game because I promised I'd meet a friend over here to watch the game with him. He's an Arsenal fan, so I promised I'd meet him to watch the game. So the Liverpool game might be the first league watch-along, which is the Monday night game, I believe, because we play Arsenal on the Friday night, if I remember correctly. But as far as watch-alongs go, if I can find a stream for the QPR and Montpellier games, then I'll be sure to try and do a watch-along if possible. But we'll see how it goes. We'll talk a bit more in the GC about that. We'll keep chopping it up. And anyway, people, listen, thank you very much for tuning in to Eagle Eye Football. It's been the Eagle Eye Football team as always. Thank you very much for your comments and your feedback. The home kit, it's going to divide opinion a bit more, but Doucouré is an Eagle.
Yes,
and Jordan, please don't sing that god awful song because I'm going to get it stuck in my head if people start singing it. Oh, help. Just save me from the KC and the Sunshine Band butchering. It's bad enough some of the
Don't
songs are in
worry.
football.
Don't worry, it's going to happen in Done Deals tomorrow. Don't worry.
Oh, thank God! I'll just
Just-
avoid that video like the plague.
Just remember, guys, to like, share, and subscribe the video, guys. We are on the road to 1K. If you want to see the big man himself, if you want to see Rich take the hot chip challenge, you've got to hit that subscribe button, hit the share button, let everyone know what we are about here. We're going to be, as JC said, major things happening. We're here on YouTube. Join our Discord as well. Major things happening. It's going to be a great summer. Lads, we've got another player. Yay!
What can I say? We finally signed a player and we've spent a bit of money. And I'm looking forward to the HLTCL podcast tomorrow morning. I'm going to enjoy
Yes.
hearing what he has to say about it. But listen, people, we really appreciate the support. Be sure to stay tuned to Eagle Eyed Football. And we're out. See you later.
Check the Doucouré. Check the Doucouré.
Questions to ask throughout a campaign with the confidence rising. I told JC, Nate and Rich that good times are coming, no need for deep diving. Van Cam's reactions, watch along to the pride of London thriving. The Eagles of South stay flying. Keep your eyes on us, we ain't hiding.